morning. I'm Sweeney Gray with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander claims to have seen the documents connected to corruption allegations made by San Fernando East MP Brian Manning.
I have some of the documents in my possession that I have seen, and I don't know. It's shocking. It's amazing that someone could move from the outhouse to the White House. That's all I'm saying.
Alexander would not say who he was referring to or what exactly the documents show. But when pressed on how they came into his possession, he denied that they came from the San Fernando East MP, who initially made the corruption claims. And Manning is backing that up. When contacted by CNC3 News, the San Fernando East MP confirmed that he did not give Alexander any documents. He also said he has not sent anything to the police. But he also says he doesn't have to send anything to the police because there's so much evidence in the public domain that it was just a matter of time before they received it. Manning has been alleging that the PNM has corrupt and criminal elements within its ranks. Meanwhile, officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Fraud Squad say they have not received any reports regarding allegations of corruption and wrongdoing raised by the San Fernando East MP Brian Manning. And now the People's National Movement has since rejected his allegations. At the Police Service media briefing today, Superintendent Arnold Lutchman of the Fraud Squad was asked about the matter.
To this time, the Fraud Squad has no reports concerning those matters.
The Fraud Squad, as a unit, operates under the umbrella of the Police Service White Collar Crime Unit, which also includes the Anti-Corruption Investigations Bureau. And with less than 2 weeks before schools reopen, pressure is mounting on the Education Ministry for answers on the government school supplies and book grant. Parents have been complaining that their applications remain stuck at the processing stage with no public confirmation yet that payments have been released. The last update came from then acting Education Minister Barry Padarath, who said approximately $20 million had been allocated and payments could begin this week. Guardian Media understands the ministry intends to begin disbursements with unemployed applicants, followed by grants for differently abled children. However, Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett has so far been unable to provide Guardian Media with a definitive date for payments. The National Parent-Teacher Association President Walter Stewart says the lack of information is deeply concerning, warning that some families are depending entirely on the grant to purchase books and school supplies. Former Education Minister Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly has also called for the grants to be disbursed urgently, saying some parents are now literally desperate. Schools are due to reopen on September 7th. Now, stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday newscast and major newscasts at 7 p.m. on CNC3.
Good Thursday morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Today, Thursday, the 27th of August, 2026. The day after our first home CPL game. And based on what we saw yesterday, I know some are disappointed, but listen, we still got Friday, we still got Saturday, and most importantly, we need that victory on Monday against the Amazon Warriors, the El Corico Clasico. Let me tell you, what we saw last evening was a team that is still, I believe, and it's kind of strange that, in the midst of the tournament, we're still trying to fine-tune. Obviously, some improvement needed with the bowling, and clearly, Polly, he put on a clinic last evening, but he can't do it by himself. I'm sure the guys will go back to the drawing board, they will watch the videos and have a deep, honest conversation with themselves and with the team, and I know we'll see an improvement going into the weekend and early next week. So don't let your heart be troubled. It's sports, that's how it goes sometimes. But nonetheless, we get the ball rolling. Jason Williams signing on, and yes, some more CPL discussions will happen during the course of the day with Ian Wason, who steps in for the morning shot from 7:30 to 8 a.m. Sit back, relax. It's your morning brew for today, Thursday. Let's get the ball started. Unrolling.
Oh, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT.
to the bone, oh yes. Let it play. Let it play. Trinity to the bone. And we saw the support last evening. Everyone, from the children to the adults, what a great time. And all the action for those who didn't make it down to the Oval. We carried it live right here on CNC3, and that is our commitment for tomorrow, Saturday and Monday, with our home games with the TKR. Hard luck, guys, but let's rally up, dust ourselves off, and go again. It's always interesting that when there's cricket, a set of rain. I mean, I was looking at the rain yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, my goodness, I hope this rain gives us an ease up. And granted, yes, we had no rain last night, but you could clearly see the outfield, very moist, very wet. Players were slipping. The ball was extremely wet. They had to be constantly drying the ball. It's one of those, when it comes to cricket, it could be very ticklish once you have a wet outfield, but nonetheless, you have to hit the ball, you have to score runs, you have to take your wickets, you have to do what it takes to get over the line, and we weren't good enough last evening. But I have faith in the team. We have the defending champions, and I know with the champion pedigree in the team and with Bravo at the helm, I trust and believe we could pull it together. It's very critical, that game on Friday. It's a must-win, honestly, to get the winning feeling back in the camp. So far, 4 games, 1 win, 3 losses. Come on, better than that. TKR. We need to pull up ourselves, and I know we will. So let's go. Let's go, team. And let's make it happen. Bring it home for us tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday for the Guyana Amazon Warriors Classico. Let's see what's happening via the front page on this Thursday morning. So I'm looking at some developments here, and I have to commend the government. I sit in the seat here, and I'm always very fair, and I keep it honest. If it's to enhance and advance Trinidad and Tobago, and if it's one where we listen, and you see certain amendments being made, I have to applaud it. So what I'm seeing here, 2 really good developments. One, we head down to the Southland, Princestown. We are quite aware of some of the issues surrounding that particular fire station and what would have been a shambles for many years, the facility. We saw the same minister there that many criticize, but listen, he went there in the earlies, very early in his tenure. He walked the grounds and he made a commitment to sort it out, and within, I must say, record time, you're seeing the reopening of this Princestown fire station, which is very critical and important for, I could safely say, a busy and vibrant community. Princestown is more than the residents dwelling homes and stuff, and the many who live there, but it's an important business hub. Lots of business, lots of commercial business, lots of trade. I mean, it's a beautiful space. I love going down to Princestown. Good morning to our friends down in Petong this morning. We can safely say promise made, promise kept by the goodly minister, and they were able to put everything in again. I'm seeing all smiles, the MP, of course, the senior ranking officer there under the fire service, all smiles. It looks brand new, and that's what's required and what's, to me, best practice when we consider our fire service officers. I know they're doing some work on the Sawa station. Is this going to be an overhaul? I wait to see, but I'm happy for Princestown, and I hope it's the start of refurbishment and revamping of other stations in need of dire repair. As it pertains to the parade, well, we know for now, at least we know for sure, it's a new particular area, a new starting point. They're going to march, it seems like Queen's Park. That's more Queen's Park East, is it? Yes, Queen's Park East, heading down the stretch towards what Jerningham. It looks like they're going down at that stretch, clearly. I don't know if they're going to swing and go back the other way by the Magnificent Seven. I have no idea, but nonetheless, it's a different kind of fireworks and a different kind of parade for 2026. And as it pertains to the fireworks, the reason I said different kind of fireworks, we've seen the traditional fireworks there on screen, but with every O and R comes an explosion, comes noise. Well, we have been promised silent fireworks. And I was hearing a talk of drones also being used on Independence Night. So that will probably be a welcome addition, welcome news for all the animal activists, who, by the way, is stepping in. I'm going to talk to the Animal Defense Society, Delvin he's going to step in on the phone to speak on, well, scratch bombs and other explosions, but at least the fireworks part of it. People complained for years. The administration, they listen, and clearly you're seeing some improvements in that regard. So I've never been to a silent fireworks show before, but I look forward. I'll go check it out and see what the parade offers on Monday. Let's head now to the back page and see what's happening. Well, some action. Again, we're looking at Mbappe, who would have put forward, I think it was his first hat-trick yesterday in La Liga. The game ended actually 4-1, but Mbappe was in ripping form yesterday. When I tell you ripping form, he is in his prime. We know him to be a dangerous player, very zippy. But since the World Cup and going back into the league for La Liga, I'm thinking Mbappe is on that, you know, an athlete gets to a point where they can go to a next level. I think he's going to unlock that next level very soon. Very dangerous player and looking really crisp, as always, in the 18-yard and outside the box. Well done to Real Madrid. Big victory yesterday. Also, volleyballers and winless. All right, that's what's going on here. We are seeing TNT volleyballers and their winless particular run. And they finished 8th, a matter of fact. You know, so it's all part of the Women's Continental Championship. All smiles as they celebrate a point in their semifinal against Puerto Rico. This took place in the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, on Tuesday. So, well done. Well, I mean, you know, Puerto Rico won, but, you know, at least the girls were able to finish hard. And we wish them the best as they continue to build and grow. As I mentioned, we lost the game yesterday, but we look forward to tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Monday at the Queen's Park Oval. I love the turnout, amazing atmosphere as always. Everybody having a time for the greatest party in sport, the CPL 2026, on home soil. Let's go TKR. Let's dust that one off and keep pushing. Let's see what's happening via the brief on this Thursday morning. And yes, more dance. We always speak to the beauty and the majesty of dance and our talented dancers. So, Apply for the Arts, company of Complexions Contemporary Ballet members, performing there. This performance took place at Napa on Sunday. So well done. And I'm seeing where the moon set for dramatic near total eclipse over TNT. Skywatchers urged to look up tonight. That's nice. I wonder what time. They say the eclipse begins around 9:23 p.m. And yeah, they say the real show is going to begin about 10:33 when the partial eclipse gets underway. Nice. And they say you're going to get the full Monty at 12:12 a.m. That's tomorrow, Friday morning. So I would suggest tonight from around 9:23, around after 10 and straight into midnight to tomorrow morning, we're going to get a full lunar show with the eclipse. And they're saying no telescope required. You could stand and get a visual. I'm hoping for a clear night, hoping there is no cloud cover, because I know this weekend we're actually getting into the full moon, or if not, the full moon is tonight. So you heard it right here on the Brew. Tonight, if you're up and about, look up, and you're going to see a once-in-a-lifetime spectacular. Always great to see an eclipse, see any kind of eclipse, and just take in the moon and the majesty of nature. So with that being said, we get ready. The Business Guardian breakdown is happening next, and I'm going to be joined by my colleague Peter Christopher, business journalist, to tell us what's happening via the Business Guardian for today, Thursday, the 27th of August, 2026.
Lord, I pray that some sweet day I will no longer have to roam Trinity to the bone, Trinity to the bone.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deva Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran. Back up.
Fling? That's why he crossed the road. It was funny when Kieran said it.
Ooh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
Adventure, discovery, and relaxation await you at La Vega Estate. Open daily, including weekends and public holidays. There's something for everyone. Right into excitement on daily ATV tours with beginner to advanced options for ages 16 and up. Join knowledgeable guides for wildlife, ecology, and origin tours, spotting animals in their natural habitat. Kids can enjoy sensory tours too. Unwind at the nature park and pools. Then visit our well-stocked garden center. La Vega Estate. Experience it all.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Business journalist and my colleague Peter Christopher joins me on the Zoom line to break down today's Business Guardian. Pete, always a pleasure to see you, my brother. Good morning and happy Independence to you and yours in advance.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, I also extend happy Independence, long weekend greetings to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, indeed, Pete. And in that regard, as we look towards our 64th independence, the Business Guardian did a great job in terms of rating our economy from then to now. What's the report card saying as we go towards page 5, TNT's independence scorecard from 1962 to present day?
Yes, this piece by Raphael Jamlal is really a reflective piece. Looking at what we have achieved, because we have achieved a lot over these 64 years, or will be 64 years of independence. So most of the commentators were not willing to say that Trinidad was a failure in terms of its economy, but it was at a inflection point based on the fact that we have developed our economy based on energy, and our energy returns are starting to decline. So what they are really calling for is for some kind of development to make sure that we can sustain what we have achieved. We have made major milestones in education and healthcare, and we've developed significant industries over the 60 years. But right now, what they are saying is that we need to do more to make sure that we can build on what we have developed, given that our main driver of our economy, the energy sector, is a little bit on the downturn. So we've had Dr. Marlene Arts in particular, who was very measured and pointed to our successes and the fact that we have a high rating on the United Nations Index. And we also have Botuari and former Prime Minister and Energy Minister Xiao Chung looking at what we've done and what we've achieved in the energy sector, but also moderating that with the fact that we've started to see some of those dwindling returns as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at, and again, thank you for the analysis. We can read all about it inside today's Business Guardian, page 5. I'm looking at page 4, and clearly, very relevant story with school reopening in literally under 2 weeks. Back to school, book and supply sales steady. This is a Geisha Colissa Alonso story. What's the takeaway from this development, especially for the parents looking on?
Yes, very timely. I think about 20 plus years ago, I would have been walking through Port of Spain with my mother to the various bookstores to try and figure out what pieces on my book list are still to be acquired, and what the bookstore owners are saying that sales are not surging, but they're kind of steady. And what they're saying is that they're not seeing as much returns as they would have seen in previous years. It could be a multitude of factors. The fact that, you know, parents are still waiting for their salary to come in so that they can get the month-end sales. But additionally, they're pointing to the fact that, you know, there's AI technology that is, you know, impacting how parents are operating in terms of what they are trying to get from these bookstores. But what I thought was really interesting in Geisha Colissa Alonso's story is that the bookstore said because they're not seeing the increased revenues that they're accustomed seeing, they're not able to take on additional employees, which they would do for this period because they know that there's extended demand for these books because parents are looking for these books for their children. So they haven't been able to hire additional staff for people to get supplemental income, or people who may not be currently employed to find a temporary form of income during this period.
Yeah, I saw that loss of vacation jobs because that's a time where, you know, some of the bigger students, those of age, you know, could go in and, you know, we have known that tradition. You go, you do a little summer job, you get a little something, and you use the funds to help fund the books. I did it. My first job was at Chimuk Bakery. Good morning to Chimuk and Mr. Philip, now deceased. He hired me on the spot as a little lad, probably 15, 16, and that worked. Get my little kakada, as they say, in local parlance, and I was able to help buy my school books to go do my Form 5 and A-level. So that's really unfortunate. Sad to see that tradition is kind of fading away. Pete, I want to take it to Anthony's story, and you know Anthony, he's always one to ask a provocative question. This morning he's asking, can TNT afford Kamala's promises? And I'm seeing a picture of PSA President Felicia Thomas. What's the relation between that question and PSA President being in this picture?
Well, Anthony's story it's really funny in my opinion, because he's responding to some criticisms or responses to what he wrote last week about the trade unions and how long they would be able to, you know, side with the government, given that several promises that were made to them are still, you know, up in the air or in the air really. So what he did is that he referred to an article he wrote almost over a year ago, where he analyzed the various promises that the government made and the cost of these promises, or conversely, the cost that we would, the amount of money that the state would lose for them removing certain taxes or adjusting the fuel subsidy and asking the question, can the government afford these promises? So he's pointing to the fact that he made these calculations over a year ago, and we are now in this position there when a lot of these promises, the 10% salary increase and other things, have not come to pass as yet.
Understood. As always, a very, I would say, impactful Business Guardian today, Thursday. I want to thank you again, Pete, you and the entire team, and I look forward to what's in store for next week, God spare. Have a great one. Any closing remarks, Peter, as we look to wrap things up?
No, I just think as we head into our 64th year, we are at a reflection point where we really need to look at what we can do to improve Trinidad and Tobago, and I think that's the lesson that we need to take forward as we celebrate our independence anniversary.
Peter Christopher, my colleague, business journalist, a great job as always. Have a great long weekend, Pete. All the best.
Same to you, man, and same to Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right. Up next, we touch base as promised with Animal Defense Society spokesperson Delvin Golja, I believe the name is, and let's get some details concerning the silent fireworks at the Savannah, but clearly the fireworks people are going to let off in the community will not be silent, so I know there is cause for concern. Let's touch base with Delvin. He's up next.
We're from Trinidad and Tobago. Invest in every innings. Is this the best match of the season? Yes, it is. With the Unitrust Corporation on your team, it's the best match every season. Stop settling for less. Access the best performing funds on the market with the highest income fund rates in the industry with UTC on your side and its 44 years of investment experience. You won't just support the winning team, you'll be part of one. Visit the nearest investment center, agency, or ttutc.com to sign up today.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95, or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster. Your friends are investing with First Line. This one have house, this one building business. You, my son, hey, you are buying rims.
My enemies are
It's not too late, my son. Call First Line. Secure your future today so we do not hang our heads in shame. I'll call First Line now.
Wisdom says it's never too late to take control of your finances. First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for over 2 decades. Invest with us. Go to firstlinesecurities.com to begin investing today.
Them want chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. They want chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
They say my country so stressful, so tense. Raise hate, young jailbait, too much violence. Girl, back up and go.
Delvin Golja, he is from the Animal Defense Society. Delvin joins me on the phone line to treat with Independence Day and the tradition of fireworks being part of it. It's something that's now ingrained in the fabric, but obviously as much as we have fun and enjoy the experience, the animals go through extreme trauma. an animal activist like Delvin, they've had it. They've had enough. And again, we continue with the discussions. Clearly, I must say, Delvin, that some of your discussions making strides. We have seen where the administration, when it comes to the parade at the Queen's Park, Savannah, they've given the assurance that now they're going forward with silent fireworks, so that clearly must be a win. I'd love to hear from you, your reaction to that particular development. And as always, Delvin, thanks for coming on. Good morning and happy independence to you in advance.
Good morning. Same to you and happy independence to TNT. Well, that's welcome. I'm not sure how that's going to work out with the noise level, but
well, it's silent. They're saying, Delvin, they're saying it's silent. So I guess, I mean, I've never experienced a silent fireworks show, but if indeed that's the mandate I'm seeing here on the front page, I would imagine it will go up and it will not be the normal boom and bang and, you know, the noise that's associated with fireworks.
I would hope so, but I've heard people say that that's noise as well. And, you know, it's close to the zoo as well. So I'm not sure about that. So we'll see. It's a step in the right direction. But on another note, we need to take it out of the public hands because we know what's going to happen afterwards.
So you're more concerned about the fireworks within, let's say, a community, a neighborhood, people who will buy the fireworks and just throw it up on the street within their space. Yes. Even though yes, strangely enough, Delvin, that is considered illegal. I don't know if anybody was ever prosecuted, or anybody was ever really charged with because again, they are perimeters. You're not supposed to throw up fireworks within a certain city area.
You aren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, it is illegal, but it happens every year. Mm-hmm. Well, 3 times a year: Independence, Diwali, and All Year's Night. Mm-hmm. So that is the issue. We need to get it out of the hands of the public because it happens and it's going to go until about 4 in the morning. So I remember it happens in the next day as well. And then come Tuesday morning now, you're going to see a lot of dead animals on the road. This is the reality of it.
So the animals that you have seen over the years that perish under the fireworks are more what, like birds? Walk me through the animals you would have seen really getting the worst part of this.
Well, what I see is dead animals, domesticated animals, dogs and cats and stuff like that. That is what I noticed on the road the very next day, the very next morning. So this is the issue we're having.
Through your research, what happens to an animal when they experience all these loud explosions? What trauma they go through that will lead to death?
Well, they get disoriented. If you put them in kennels and stuff like that, they end up hanging themselves in the kennels. I mean, we've seen this many times. And they run into the roads and stuff like that, and you know, they get knocked down.
You know,
so this is the issue we're having.
Wow. Because I recall, let me tell you, Delvin, I spoke about it already on the program. In a long story short, some fireworks, when they had a reenactment of our independence at the Woodford Square some years ago, I went to take it in. I was going back to get my car on Sackville Street. Fireworks went off, and all the blackbirds that were sleeping in the tree by St. Vincent Street there, close to Clico. Look now. Well, besides running out, Delvin, and just scattering the birds went in a frenzy. Birds started to attack myself and my brethren Mark. I had to actually lie down on the pavement, Delvin. No, I didn't see any dead birds per se. I don't know what happened the next day, but the birds went crazy. I remember that distinctly. It was funny at first, and it became very scary, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's devastating, and I have seen cases of dead birds. I've heard of that, but yeah, it's disorienting to them.
So are you calling?
It's dangerous. It's deadly.
Are you calling ultimately, Delvin, for a ban on fireworks? Because I mean, we have
a ban to the use for public use. You know, if you have a private event, you can apply for the necessary license from EMA and stuff for the decibel levels and the proximity to communities and stuff like that. But we need to get it out of the hands of the public because you cannot control that. So there's no way for the police or for the authorities to control that.
So, Delvin, I understand and I appreciate, you know, yourself and many others over the years coming on to really express and show in a real way your concern. But I've often wondered, and again, this is me not being devil's advocate, but I'm just asking a genuine question. We have seen time and time again where July 4th in the US, they also do extensive fireworks in every single state. And we know the Americans are avid animal lovers. These people have their animals living with them, sleeping on bed, hugging up and kissing an animal like the animal is a family member. I often wonder if that's a big concern out there too, because I've recognized that the fireworks happen every single year for 4th of July, and we can't do fireworks like the US. They do tremendous big fireworks all over the place. What's the conversations like with your counterparts in the US?
Well, it's the same thing, really. There are rogue elements as well, rogue people. They set it off, and how many fires have you seen in neighborhoods? Even last year, there was 1 or 2 fires where houses are burned down. In Queens, I believe it was, where people did fireworks and that happened. So they are against it as well.
Okay.
But, they can't seem to get it under control, and that's fine. We are just a small country. I'm sure we can get it under control.
Yeah. And I've often, because I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wondered if people were lifting their voices there too. I've never heard of anybody speaking out against it. And I'm saying, well, they always have fireworks in the US. I don't really hear anybody complaining. I know they love animals, and we do the same here, but we complain. But I'm happy to confirm that you confirmed this morning that people lift their voice also in the US with it. So ultimately, what's the plan, Delvin? What you going to do? I know you would have tried to speak to authorities. Have you written official letters? What's the animal activist community doing collectively to advance the agenda and to try to have some kind of remedy to this every year problem?
Well, I know Roger Marshall of Animals 360 has done numerous letters to the AG under the previous administration and under this administration as well. I know that's an ongoing thing, but the ultimate solution is to get it out of the hands of the public. That is my proposal. Totally out. I know they have regulation now where you can do it like I think it was 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. On these 3 nights, but that is not going to work. And we'll see that from today. We'll see that it's not going to work.
Yeah,
it will be a nuisance. We need to get it out of the hands of the public, especially these scratch bombs as well.
Yeah, Delvin, on a different tip, I was hearing from a good friend of mine. I don't know if you would have seen the video. I didn't see it myself, but there was something circulating recently via social media of a man who was intentionally bouncing down dogs. Have you heard of that particular development?
Oh my, yes, that's terrible.
If you could explain to me and the public what happened there, and did they catch this man? Did they get a license plate? What's going on with that? That's some kind of game now?
Yes,
that's his fun?
Yes, the evidence is there. People have identified the gentleman. The evidence is there, the video evidence. I have heard that they are looking towards, they are investigating it, so to speak. They are investigating it because of the public outcry, not because it's a crime. They are investigated, and animal cruelty is a crime, and yes, there are laws for that. But, the authority don't really act on it. So they are investigating it, and that's all I've heard from now. But that's only one incident. There has been a dog hanging. There's a video of a gentleman beating a puppy to death, clearly on video. So it just continues, and no one seems to care about it.
And as we wrap up, Delvin, what do you think that kind of action indicates, and what does that say to you about the society?
Oh, yeah, we have lost humanity, in my opinion. We have lost it. It's just a normal behavior now, and the kids are seeing that as well. The teenagers growing up are seeing all that. So we have lost humanity. And, the government needs to step in. We are asking the government to step in and enforce the laws, do community outreach, spay and neuter, which we have advocated for the longest while. But, we press on.
Yeah, well, Delvin, I want to thank you for speaking, bringing it to us in a way we could understand, being so frank and honest. And I hope that one day we're able to get it correct. But let's give it a chance. I'm looking forward. I'm happy to see the development with the silent fireworks. It's on the front page of today's Guardian. I think that many would have complained for years, and the administration who sit behind the seat right now, behind the wheel, they would have listened. and let's see if I want to go see it myself and hear if indeed when I go up, you no noise. And if that's the case,
yes, I'm hoping it goes well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Delvin, all the best and happy independence to you, man, and keep doing the great work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's right. Police and you up next. Officer Russell steps in, and we're going to continue with that fireworks discussion going in and leading in to this Independence Weekend, and he will tell us about certain restrictions and what's the behavior that is expected on this long weekend, our Independence Weekend. Police and you next.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2 Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
It's Jay's exclusive 4-day independence sale. Get 33% off everything store-wide, all stores and online. 4 days only. Don't miss it. JD's exclusive big 4-day independence sale. JD's, Princestown, San Fernando, Rio Claro, Gasparilla Mall, and M6 Plaza Chaguanas. Your low price headquarters, JD's.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKR March live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
your heart, brain, and body with omega-3. Packed with essential fatty acids, omega-3 helps support heart health, brain function, and overall wellness. Whether you're staying active, focused, or simply living life to the fullest, make omega-3 part of your daily routine. Live healthier with omega-3. Wellness that works from within. Tune in to Wellness Unlocked on CNC3 Sundays at 5 p.m., also on Monday and Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m.
This business, you have to have at least one vice or a combination of several. So if you don't smoke, what do you do to unwind?
I guess you like the song.
That's great.
Don't miss TNT's hit soap Westwood Park, Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Only on CNC3.
How can you do this? You know we're already struggling and now you want to add to our problems too?
Of course you're back here.
Ma'am, please, I hope
you listen to me. I know that for someone like you, it must be a whole lot of fun to go out and get drunk. I'll ask you this one time, that if you can't respect your daughters or care enough to avoid doing things to get yourself arrested, then at least have the basic decency not to get Alejandra involved in your reckless behavior.
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3. Attention all listeners, are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
Between me and my country.
ESP Russell with us as per usual every Thursday, and again I thank him for his commitment. It's never easy to move this early. I mean, you're seeing ESP Russell with us here, and you think, what, you're gonna go home and sit down and make sweet bread? No, it's whole day. This whole day, this man on the grind, right? So,
I wish I could have gone and make sweet bread.
No sweet bread for you. Space straight till tonight, I'm sure. But nonetheless, thanks for being here, and happy Independence to you and all your colleagues who serve under the umbrella of the TTPS.
Well, first of all, let me say good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. On behalf of our Commissioner, Police, Deputy Commissioners, Assistant Commissioners, and First and Second Division Officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And happy 64th Independence to Trinidad and Tobago on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service as we continue to serve and protect you with pride. This morning, Mr. Williams, we are speaking about fireworks.
Fireworks, and I would extend even beyond the fireworks to just our conduct for this weekend, because let's be real, it's a perfect weekend. It's a long weekend. The holiday
with
falls with pay, right? It's Independence already. It have a pump. CPL is in town. It have a game on Monday. Oh my goodness!
On Saturday.
You see, Monday, I know it's going to be from morning straight to night. Lots of pace. Walk me through what's the. I mean, you won't go into full details, but there must be some kind of plan of action. There must be some meetings to really manage the next couple of days.
Well, coming out of the media brief yesterday, I heard the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Ms. Suzette Martin, who is the goal commander for the Independence Day Parade, followed by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Gavin Sean Henry. And, you know, they were advising persons to come out and have fun, but leave your violence at home. Come out with your flag, support the parade. The parade route had some slight adjustments. I think they're starting off in front of Memorial Park. Very soon we will release officially the parade route and the parking restrictions that comes with it. It should be out today, so I ask persons to pay attention to the media, national media, mainstream media, etc., as we and our Facebook page.
But it's a whole different area that the officers will be marching this year. It's a different.
No, the route is more or less similar, but where they start from, there are some minor adjustments that we would bring. We will gas it to the public and really disseminate to the public, and of course we let them know of the parking restrictions. But our national security posture is always in a good position, especially when it's a long weekend with pay, as you mentioned. A lot of persons will be out there because this is the last weekend before school opens, so there are persons getting uniforms still, books still, and stuff like that. So we are quite aware of what is taking place in the country around this time. So, you know, we have deployed our resources to suit.
Excellent. So all is in place, and I'm sure, obviously, some road access. Well, I would imagine
everything. Just say everything.
Yeah, because
you're gonna get everything.
Yeah, and we want people to be extra careful also on the black carpet this weekend. So fireworks, I'm seeing where, as it pertains to the national celebration at the Queen's Park Savannah, there's been a promise of silent fireworks, but beyond what's going to happen at the Savannah, people within the community, within the street, you know, ban on the neighbor, he dropped something, I dropped something to answer back, and it's fireworks clash. I've seen it. We know the tradition. People go, they spend thousands to send up fireworks. 3 particular occasions: Independence, Diwali, New Year's. That's really the major fireworks kind of moment that's kind of built into the fabric. What's your advice in that regard?
Well, let me start by saying the laws of the land, and let me just state the laws clearly before I go further. Summary Offences Amendment number 13 of 2025 and the Summary Offences Fireworks Regulation 466, legal notice 466 of 2025. What this stipulates is that you are allowed to use your fireworks without a permit on a public holiday between the hours of 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. and on December 31st between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. on the 1st of January. Right? So, in other words, outside of that, you require a permit. Failure to have a permit and you discharge fireworks could see you being issued a fixed penalty ticket in the sum of $450. Let me say and reiterate that all scratch bombs are banned. Upon summary conviction, a fine of $20,000 and imprisonment for up to 10 years. Let me say again, all scratch bombs are banned. Upon summary conviction, a fine of $20,000 and imprisonment of up to 10 years.
So scratch bombs are banned. Because people used to build scratch bomb when I was in school. It used to disrupt the whole school. Yeah, pow, and the pow gets disrupted, right? You know them days. Pow, the whole school, everybody heard. Yeah. So we knew how to get it back in the day. My question is, if it's banned, clearly it's illegal, it's contraband. Where's the scratch bomb? Somebody could go and buy a scratch bomb, and my question is where?
Well,
you had to tackle the supplier. Because I want to know if scratch bomb ban, where people getting it from.
Mr. Williams, just as I would have blocks, illegal firearm, illegal ammunition, where persons would take their chances to bring certain things into the country. It happens. Because you would have seen it in recent time, persons taking chances to bring illegal firearms through legitimate ports of entry in the country. You know, so I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Persons would always try to see what they can do, you know, just to get that upper hand. And this is what we have to be so careful and so witty and continue to evolve our crime fighting techniques.
So, you know, we always talk about Officer Russell, and this is something we always have our open, frank discussions. Never no debate, really. We're just trying to come to a common ground so the country could be in a better place. I always talk about the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. And with the letter of the law, it's stated there, the 8 to 9 and the certain time frame as it pertains to New Year's.
And public holidays.
Right, and public holidays. I want you to be honest with me, in all your years as a serviceman, you have ever heard or seen anybody really being ticketed? Because I'm trying to figure out, police doing a patrol, fireworks going up, outside of the stipulated time. A man really going to swing on the block to find out, I mean, it's already going up, it's going like, whoa. I'm trying to figure out how does one even catch somebody throwing up fireworks.
I cannot say that I would have seen someone being ticketed, but if you listen to the legislation, the years is 2025, so it was last year. It may be just around a year old, if so much. So, you know, to say in all my 29 soon years of service, I would not be in a position to see that, because at that point in time it wasn't this kind of offense as it is now. That carries with it a fixed penalty ticket.
Because back then would have been a warning.
It would have been a warning.
A still warning.
But the scratch bomb has been, you know, an issue for quite some time. But what I want to warn persons is that for those who wish to do fireworks outside of these specific times, you must have a permit from the commissioner, which is $100. You must fill out an application, and if you state any falsehood on that application, there is also a fine of $50,000 and up to 2 years imprisonment.
So, for weddings the big elaborate weddings that you will have a fireworks display, especially outdoors, the wedding planner and these folks would have to
apply for that permit. They would definitely have to. You see, what we want to do is to ensure that you enjoy your fireworks, yes, but in a safe manner. You enjoy your fireworks, but still respecting the Constitution for other persons, for freedom and enjoyment of their property. So with that, I want to tell persons that there are no discharge zones. Zones that you are prohibited from discharging your fireworks. And no discharge zones will include a half-mile radius of any hospital, nursing homes, homes for the elderly, airports, schools, animal shelters, zoos, farms, forest reserves, and national parks.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm happy, you know, that reminders there, and we're having this very frank and open conversation. Really quick before we wrap things up, we had an animal activist on earlier.
Definitely, I was able to.
Right, yeah. And we know of the concerns with animals when it comes to the fireworks, but coming out of that, if you notice, the last discussion I had with him was that video that went viral of a man intentionally bouncing on a dog. What's the TTPS, your position on people who are extremely cruel to animals? I mean, granted, I know you all are stretched, and yes, mankind will always trump animals because you're trying to find people who actually doing damage to the community by killing and maiming citizens. But when it comes to animals, do you all take that very serious and do a thorough investigation to try to get to the bottom of wicked men who just want to.
Well, I mean,
a man kill a puppy, a man bounce on a dog intentionally. Where's that?
Well, I mean, with videos like that, you know, we will definitely do an investigation, because you would see, even within the fireworks act here, we cater for the safety of the animals, and if we can do so just for fireworks, of course, there's something within the law with respect to somebody who chooses to just, you know, just bounce on a dog like that.
Look at Brongy. Man bongs down Brongy, you know.
I mean, you know.
For no reason, you know.
Mr. Williams, we have all kind of persons out there dealing with all kind of things. I don't know, maybe, you know, the more we speak about mental health and stuff like that, maybe we need to really ensure that the correct persons access these services, because I cannot see why, and bouncing on a dog could cause so much damage to your vehicles. I don't know what was that person's mindset or state of mind at the point in time. However, I really hope he is made to account for his action.
Well said. In the seconds that remain, we literally have about a few seconds to just give you a chance to send
Well, I
some
want
greetings
Trinidad to be able to come out and support the Independence Day Parade, come and see the armed forces. Parents, you could use it as a motivation tool. You know, this is our country, regardless to how you feel. We may not be pleased with everything that is taking place, but Trinidad and Tobago belongs to us. Come out, support, be proud. This is the 64th Independence, and I saw yesterday where even in New York and Flatbush, they are doing an Independence Day parade to commemorate our independence. So who are we who are living right here? Come out and support, leave the violence at home, and let's have a good time for the Independence weekend. Be safe.
Yes, Russell. Happy Independence, man.
Thanks, same to you.
Keep up the great work to you and the team. Let's get ready for the 7 a.m. news update. Much more after 7.
It's Jay's exclusive 4-day Independence Sale. Get 33% off everything store-wide, all stores and online. 4 days only. Don't miss it. Jay's exclusive big 4-day Independence Sale. Jay's, Princestown, San Fernando, Rio Cloud, Gasparilla Mall, and M6 Plaza Chaguanas. Your low price headquarters, Jay's.
Do you think all dishwashing soaps are the same? With some, do require more effort, and they don't wash as much. Try Dawn and discover its grease cleaning power. Dawn removes stubborn grease easier and faster than others. Additionally, it foam lasts 50% more. With Dawn, you use less product to clean more dishes and save with every wash. Dawn, triple grease cleaning power.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that GMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
Devon chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Devon chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
Beyond games, we go wild. Beyond games, every child. Claw machine, take your prize. Big bright smiles in your eyes. Beyond games, come alive. Beyond games, let's ride.
The world is yours.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order. Time Check, brought to you by the Central Bank and the National Financial Literacy Program.
Good morning, I'm Suni Gray with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. This year's fireworks display for the Independence Day celebrations will be silent, the Ministry of Culture confirmed. Communication strategist for the ministry, Jerome Lewis, gave the assurance during a media conference at the Ministry of Defense on Wednesday. Confirmation of the silent fireworks comes after Defense Minister Wayne Sturge said the annual event would have been a mixture of traditional and silent fireworks. Lewis explained that this new decision comes following consultation with stakeholders.
We're going to have choreographed pyrotechnics and major fireworks display, and yes, we will be presenting the silent fireworks to reduce the loud bang and the impact on pets and folks who may live close by.
Meanwhile, as the government replaces the traditional fireworks display with a full drone and silent fireworks show for this year's Independence Day celebrations, the decision is being welcomed by animal welfare advocates and people affected by excessive noise, who say celebrations can still be spectacular without the disruption caused by the noise. Citizens Against Noise Pollution Vice President Tamara Chattar congratulated government for their decision.
We are extremely pleased to hear the government has chosen to move away from fireworks for the independence celebrations and embrace a spectacular drone show, because we welcome this step forward, but it also highlights that wider problem we still have with noise in this country. Right. But it shows that our culture doesn't have to suffer because we're reducing excessive noise, that culture and consideration can coexist.
And more than a week after a series of bomb threats triggered evacuations of courts, government buildings, and a shopping plaza, there's still no arrest. Police Public Information Officer ASP Owe Russell says the matter is still being jointly investigated by the Police Cybercrime Unit and the Special Branch. Russell was responding to questions during the police weekly media briefing on Wednesday. He says additional details will be made public as the matter proceeds. Stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday newscast.
Mental health matters every single Thursday. Let me extend Independence greetings to Johanse, who joins us yet again live for another interesting and impactful talking point. Today's topic, when it rains, it pours. I guess we could look at yesterday's experience. Yesterday alone, I was like, yo, and every time I have cricket too, you know, Johanse, I'm saying like, what's going on? But anyway, we'll get to that. Happy Independence to you, my brother.
Jason,
greetings.
Happy Independence. Happy Independence to everybody viewing. All right, so when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, famous saying.
Right? That usually means, and usually the connotation is negative, because it means when something happens, one bad thing happens, everything bad happens. Now, and many people could attest to that, you know, when something happens, then everything does happen. But why does that happen? Most times it's because we were neglecting something that we were supposed to do. So let me say something simple here. You're supposed to do a lot of stuff home in terms of either cleaning or repairs or whatever, and then one thing happened. And of course, when that one thing happened, all the other things still pending. So it sometimes feels like it pours.
It's true. I mean, obviously, many could relate, especially when it comes to car issues. It might be one issue come up, and then you go and there's a whole set of other problems. But that's just one aspect, and that's a material thing. Let's look at it from a more personal level. There are some people who believe that they're just not getting a break, you want to say. It's just one after the next. And those are the folks who sometimes feel like giving up, mentally you're exhausted physically, spiritually. What do you say to that person who's living that right now? Literally, when it rains, it pours, they're just not catching a break. It's just one after the next. And they feel like they're going down. They're literally, they're stifling under the pressure.
Well, there's two perspectives for that. One is that sometimes people decide to change their life, right? And when you're changing your life, once you change, everything else reacts to you. And if you are now a different person, then the things that used to work in sync with you may not work anymore. The people who used to, let's say you're somebody who always used to help a lot, to the point you putting yourself out. And you say you realize, you know what, I had to take time to focus on me. Now, you are not the person who everybody used to jump on before. You are not the person who used to give people all the rides all the time. So the relationship with them changes. So sometimes it feel like it's a loss. Well, actually, it's not a feeling, it is a loss because you are becoming something new. So therefore, everything around you, or most things around you, you lose. So it could feel devastating. That is one. Two is, some people continually do the same thing and hoping for a different result.
Yeah. They say that, well, you've always said that's the definition of insanity, right?
Correct. And sometimes it's not their fault. It's that, one, they were told this is what you're supposed to do. So to have a good life, these are the things you're supposed to do, and you'll get exactly the success you want. To get a job, these are the things you have to study to get exactly what you want. To be a good wife or be a good husband, these are the things you do, and it's just supposed to fall in place. To be a good parent, etc. And you're doing those things and you're not getting the result you want.
If someone walks away, they literally remove themselves from the situation or even the country. There are people who might be in real debt. Some kind of issue is just weighing on their shoulder and the whole spirit, and they decide to just buy a one-way ticket and go somewhere and start over. Is that solving the problem? Like just removing yourself from the issue? You go somewhere just to have a whole new perspective, green grass, start afresh. Could that work?
It could. It could work in the temporary if that space allows you time to reflect and do something different. Is it different is the part? Because sometimes you really need space away from a situation or persons or people or whatever it is. But many times when you're running with the same thing, with the same attitude, with the same methods that wasn't working before. So you leave, you get temporary respite, but you're doing the same thing you used to do. So you attract the same kind of people, you will put yourself in the same situation. So yes, being away, but it's also really identifying why, when one thing happened, everything else happened. Why you left things pending. Why you keep trying the same thing and not getting the results you want, but you keep using the same method and not doing something different. That is really the investigation part of it. And I say not to because it's 64 years we celebrated.
Yes,
right?
yes, as a country.
And we could look and see, right, what been working and what not working. So we can look at it from a country point of view. We can look at it from a area point of view, like, you know, where you live in your village, your town, etc. And you can look at it from neighborhood, and you could come in your family, and then you could come in with yourself. Look and see what really working from what not working.
Well, again, you know, when we consider Trinidad and Tobago, still very much young on the world stage, we try to compare ourselves with some of these first world nations. And again, even the whole concept of first world, it's not to me about infrastructure, it's about mindset. It's the person who knows if they have something in their hand, they'll wait till they find a dustbin and put it in. I saw some young girls last week just walking on Eastern Main Road, 2 young girls, you know, teenagers, eating something, they just throw it on the ground, and I say, oh my gosh, who teach these girls that kind of behavior? You can't tell me that, you know, you're now rich, you're living on an island, and that's your conduct as a youngster. I was so upset. I wanted to wind down my glass and say something, but I say before I get cussed, because you know the generation now, they're different, right? So I say, hey, let me just keep my head straight and mind my business. But nonetheless, I say all that to say that obviously is a mindset, and it's really to do, I would imagine, with leadership, because what the countries we look at, they are mature countries, hundreds of years old, thousands of years old, big countries that probably went through the growing pains already, so they've come to a place of maturity. I don't know, are we not there yet? Are we on the world stage still maturing? Are we still in Pampers when we compare ourselves to these big nations?
I think sometimes the issue is nostalgia, right? Nostalgia is the feeling that we get when you remember something familiar. And sometimes nostalgia causes us to live in the past. So I'm going to give you an example. So like when I heard about the silent fireworks, at first I was like, I can't see that being exciting because, the sound of the fireworks is what I remember as a child, and that's nostalgia. But the sound of the fireworks have different effects, whether it is the animals, on people, and different things. So for me, part of the progress of any nation is trying something new. It don't mean what you try all the time will be a perfect, you'll get perfect. But the willingness to try something new. So silent fireworks, I don't know what that look like. I'm kind of excited to experience what that is. And I think this is supposed to do drones and things. Yeah. I saw that in other countries. So to see what it is. But let's just say, even if it's not what the nation wants and people, at least we try something new. And that's the point now. So whether it is, we're talking about the littering, whether we're talking about the traffic, we're talking about fixing floods, we're talking about anything in the country, trying something new is what is the important part. That's the difference between, I think, what third world and reaching to developing.
But trying something new, again, I think it's one where everybody needs to kind of be on the same page, or at least there needs to be strong leadership, impactful leadership that could ventilate this new direction we're going and try to get buy-in, because that's sometimes the problem. We want to try things new. There are people with great ideas, but it's shut down, and that's why a lot of times the young people, they look to go other places where their ideas and that newness is embraced, as opposed to us, just as you say, trying the same things and expecting different results.
True. And you see, it's a difficult thing, because as a leader, sometimes you have to make decisions even though everybody don't agree. And sometimes it's after you do it and people see the effects of it, you get the buy-in. Just like even for your own self. So with your own mental health, sometimes you say, oh God, I'm doing this thing all the time and I'm accustomed to it. But it's not working, but I'm accustomed to it. Sometimes the effort it takes to do something new, you will feel the pain. Or if it's, let's say, related to your family or a relationship pain, and you want to do something new, sometimes the person mightn't even buy in at all. But if you know that is what is best for you. So whether it is as an individual, as a family, as a company, or even as a nation, is at least a trying something new. Because if what you're doing before wasn't working, then it don't make sense.
You think some people or even some countries thrive in chaos? Because there are some folks who do that deep dive straight into the chaos. It's like when things are peaceful and the place is calm, they don't know how to function. It's not exciting. There are some, as crazy as it might seem, and I'm sure you've seen it in your practice, there are some people thrive and they're able to exist in chaos. They love when it rains and it pours. Hey, that's when they show up.
Well, you see, chaos, that word, right? That have an objective meaning in the dictionary. But chaos is also a subjective thing. Because when I look at something, you could see chaos and somebody else could see order. Right? So when, let's just say, rain falling, somebody else see, all right, that's an opportunity to collect water. It's an opportunity for the plants. It's an opportunity for this. It's an opportunity to wear a little jacket. It's an opportunity to, if you understand what I'm saying.
It's true,
so
it's true.
In what we may see as chaos, they see in order, and vice versa. And that is the importance when you're talking about leadership. Because sometimes a leader seeing one perspective, and that may be the best perspective most times, but sometimes you cannot see a next perspective. That's why you listen to somebody else sometimes.
But isn't too, as we mentioned, leadership, and it's probably a topic we should touch on in the weeks ahead. Isn't a leader a reflection of the society? So you look at, let's say, President Trump, and there are many who the debate will be forever about him. But when I see him, I see not all of America, but a certain aspect of America. That boastful person who will come in and say, well, we are number one, we are the greatest, we are the best. Look me here, big, mighty business, loud, the big man in the room. That's how they position themselves. So he is a product of that society. You look at Macron, the way he conducts himself as a Frenchman. He's a product of France. We look at, any leader, to me, is a direct mirror of the society. Not all of the society, but that person comes from the society.
Right.
So I look at it like what you see is what you get, and that is really, they're supposed to be the best and brightest, not always, but they are from the said society.
So then the reflection of our society, for the most part, at least since I'm a child, is Mama Guy then.
Yes, yes. And that's why I say we are still, we're still young on the world stage.
Well, the thing is, that is the truth, because sometimes what causes when it rains to pour, for us personally, is because we, this Mama Guy, we self.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, we Mama Guy ourselves all the time.
So Mama Guy in itself could be considered a mental illness, right? Because Mama Guy mean I'm fooling myself, right? I really know I'm not supposed to be doing this. I really know this person might get vexed if I do this. I really know these things, but I'll pretend because I just want to do my thing. So I'll pretend it don't really matter, or I will I say now, well, if I'm not supposed to drink, but if I drink tonight, I ain't gonna drink for the next week.
It's a man I know, right? Know they have acid reflux, know the belly and the stomach can't deal with the curry and pepper, and they're taking all kind of thing. They will eat the curry and then take stuff after to eat. I mean, like
right,
and you're paying, and you're, I mean, so it's almost like we yes,
your Mama Guy is that madness, That, as a mental health professional, you're not supposed to say the word mad, you're not supposed to say crazy, but if you understand where I'm coming from, well, describe it as madness, and a lot of that we do, whether it is personally, as a group, or even as a nation.
Do you think ultimately, I mean, when it rains, it pours, means in a way that some people only take it serious when it actually gets serious? Because, going back to that Mama Guy concept and how we go about it, and the fact that we have seen certain things, no matter the administration, time and time again, Mama Guy, broken promises, we just spin it up in mud. And again, we have established that every leader, whether you like them or not, it's a reflection of us. That's us. It is, whoever you see, especially public service, that is a mirror of Trinidad and Tobago. How do we even start to change that, or if indeed that is the best we could do at this point in time? Because ultimately, laughing about it and just being easy about it and Mama Guying ourselves at is what prevents us from picking up arms and going and create a revolution.
Well, for us,
certain countries will take them bad Skylark and Mama Guy,
Correct. Now you see it could be a little difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult, I think, for us Trinbagonians because we are blessed. And I'm going to explain why I say that. When you're blessed, you don't really have to work hard, right? So God is a Trini. We never really experience any natural disaster. So putting things in place, yeah, we might do it, but it's not really a priority, right? We never really experience any famine or anything like that in the country. I was telling somebody the other day, and we was looking to see there's no reported cases of anybody in Trinidad dying from starvation, right? Not even vagrants, right? So we don't really have the impetus. So other countries, like Qatar and things, they had to do that. If you understand what I'm saying, they had to do that. Us as Trinidadians, I don't know anything that we really have to do, So I'm not saying that we should encourage laissez-faire or being average or below average. But the thing is, for us to really put things in place, most times something have to happen, and we good, We mightn't be the best, and we could do a lot better. But at just a base level, right? At the basic things of survival, we have it. So there's no real push.
As always, you say, I'll let you have the final say.
Nation, when it rains, it pours. Put things in place and don't procrastinate as we celebrate independence. Reflect and see what has been working and what hasn't been working. Don't make life complicated, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thanks for listening.
Johan say RDK touching base with us, Mental Health Matters Thursday, the Thursday before Independence, very timely and I would say informative, impactful discussion. We come back, treat with some housekeeping, and then I will transition, well, I won't transition in terms of leaving the life, but I'll leave the space. I say transition, I'm going to take my time with that kind of argument. I'll leave the space and we'll make some room for Ian Wason, who steps in from 7:30 to 8 for the morning shot. See you soon.
Every day you see him, he always have a heart to smile. When his time is up to depart, he would say with pride in heart, I'll be back. You could bet.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my Brew?
And dreams become your life.
This is retirement.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. That's your big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Tomitoma, Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasant Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
The biggest party in sport is back. Catch every TKL match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by
dust, allergies, congestion, dry air. Your nose deals with it all. Now there's one solution designed to do more. NeilMed Nasa Mist All-in-One combines 3 specially designed nozzles in one convenient can. Spray or irrigate to cleanse, moisturize, and soothe nasal passages with sterile, preservative-free, pH-balanced saline. Relief from allergies, congestion, sinus pressure, and everyday nasal irritation. NeilMed Nasa Mist All-in-One. One spray. 3 ways to breathe better. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
It's back to school! Savings time at Passad's Food King. Stock up and save big on. Get 4 packs of Swiss spaghetti or macaroni, 400 grams, just $20. Swiss peanut butter, 235 grams, 2 jars, only $20. Erin Farm chicken bologna, 150 grams, 3 packs for only $20. Guiltless yogurt yum, 120 grams, 4 tubs for just $20. Kraft mac and cheese dinner, 5.5 ounces, 2 boxes, just $20. Fresh Harvest baked bean and tomato sauce, 3 tins, now $20. 8 gala apple snacks for just $20. Blue Sea tuna flakes in water or oil, 140 grams, 3 cans, just $16.99. Oasis water, 330 ml, just $14.99 per case. Don't miss the back to school deals at Passad's Food King. Sale end September 6, 2026, or while stocks last.
Quality value, that's our way. The real Passad's, we're here to stay. The Food King Passad's.
Welcome back, 7:23 on the dot. Let's get into some housekeeping. Ways to contact the team, touch base with the producer. You're sending your email to tmb@cnc3.co.tt. I would say concise, to the point, and let's meet with you soon, whether it's on the couch, in studio live, or we'll send you a Zoom link and you could set up yourself at home, make sure the lighting nice, put on your fancy dandan and come in. Let's have a conversation. That's right. We could also celebrate what we have been consistent with for many years, our social media feed. Yes, feed is the word. And we are active when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, and X. Lots of news, local, regional, and international. Another platform, another outlet for current news is the CNC3 mobile app. Definitely tap into the feed and stay on top of all your breaking news. We vet the stories, we put it out. It's all about your favorite content on demand and programming details. And speaking about programming, tomorrow's action for CPL, again, it's live right here on CNC3. We'll have the news, obviously, a little bit earlier. than usual, and from 7, we're going live from the Queen's Park Oval for CPL action. Let's go TKR. Come on, man. Let's bring the win back home. Hey, Guardian. Good morning to the Guardian team. You can visit guardian.tt to get your subscription. Let me just get that website again so you could log into the subscription. Let's put it up there. Right, guardian.co.tt. That's the correct one. So you can enjoy your digital Guardian. Let's move into our food for thought. Words to inspire on this Thursday morning. And deceased Dolly Parton once said, if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Dolly Parton, gone at 80, a real stalwart. I mean, since I know myself, you're hearing about Dolly Parton. And she's been around forever. And she's done lots in her 80 years in terms of giving back. And beautiful words. May she rest in peace. And Dolly would have made a great contribution. We thank her for that. For those who love their country music, that's your girl. She's been around from Rock of Ages. May she rest in peace. Dolly Parton, gone this week. Let's move into our weather. Yes, that's right. The weather report with Sagoni. She's in next. Sagoni, good morning.
Hi there, I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your daily dose of weather. A tropical wave may have moved on, but it left enough moisture behind to keep the umbrella in play. Moisture and instability trailing the wave continue to support cloudy periods, scattered showers, and a few thunderstorms today before conditions gradually improve through the afternoon hours. Now over in Tobago, we expect a partly cloudy, slightly hazy, and at times breezy day with occasional showers, particularly during the early morning. There's also a low chance of an isolated thunderstorm. But by tonight, conditions should settle considerably in Tobago, becoming fair but slightly hazy. Meanwhile, across in Trinidad we go, where we'll be expecting variably cloudy skies with scattered showers. There's a medium chance of isolated heavy showers or thunderstorms occurring here. So while not everyone will get heavy rain, a few communities could experience brief but intense downpours and even gusty winds. The good news is that conditions overall should gradually improve through the afternoon, becoming mostly fair by evening. Despite the moisture, mild Saharan dust remains in the atmosphere, so expect some slight haze between the showers. Now, seas do remain moderate, becoming choppy in and around the showers, and with spring tides still in effect, all marine interests should exercise additional caution, particularly around high tide. And near heavier showers or even thunderstorms, gusty winds could cause sea conditions to deteriorate quickly. So we're not completely done with the rain just yet, but the trend is in the right direction. Expect conditions to gradually settle as the day winds down. That's your forecast, and that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Sagoni. As always, a great job. Let's get you ready for the morning shot, morning sport, in-depth analysis, and I know lots of CPL discussions ahead. Ian Wilson steps in next. God's I'm back for more tomorrow, but stay tuned. Up next, your morning shot.
You see, I just see Tokori Q, peas, rice, and cascado. You grab and galalu, and never just give me not leaving.
Today, we can send and receive love instantly. With it, your loved ones